YouTube, what is up? We are back yet again for episode 23 of the Purple Rain podcast. I'm Sutton Def, that's simply AS10, aka Alex. We got a good one for you guys tonight. But yeah, it's going to be a great episode. But first and foremost, though, we have to acknowledge something very important. Yesterday was our guy Simply AS10's birthday. Turned the big 22. So if you're watching live right now, Rain Gang, or even if you're not watching live, you're watching after the fact, scroll down to the comments or put it in the chat. Wish my guy Alex a happy birthday, a warm happy birthday from the Rain Gang. I would appreciate that, guys. Can we get that going on? Let's see. NFL Prod, he's the first one to it. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Alex. Austin Mingo. Our guy Devon Saunders is in there. Happy birthday, Darius Simmons, Boz, Christopher Swain. You guys are showing out right now. Sis, unofficial step godfather, K-Dog. Yes, sir. Everybody is in the house tonight. Wishing you a happy birthday, man. We really hope you enjoyed it. How did you enjoy your birthday? Was it good?
Well, Mahomes no more. The hair, it's gone. I mean, it'll come back. Got a haircut. Got a little bit too much off the top. Eye class. Then just spent it with some fam. You know, that's how you got to do it. But tomorrow I'm going to the bar with my boys. Gonna enjoy it. It's gonna live it up tomorrow. So, you know, but thank you for all the comments. Appreciate it. I know I missed some the last episode, so thank you again to them. Truly means a lot. So cheers to that.
Oh, yeah, definitely a big cheers to that. We'll top that off. There we go.
Sir.
All right. So, yes. That's amazing, man. We love birthdays. You guys know my birthday was like a couple months ago. You guys, went all out for me. So we need to go just as hard, if not even harder, for my guy Alex, man, because he does a lot. He works really hard. Also, make sure if you haven't checked out some of his newer videos, head over to his YouTube channel, subscribe to his YouTube channel, like those videos, and just run up the streams on those, run up the views on those, because he makes some insane highlight videos. One of the most insane ones that I saw was the recent one he put out with Deshaun Elliott, or a recent one that he posted. And Deshaun Elliott, he actually commented on it, right?
He did on Instagram and retweeted it on Twitter. So, I mean, big shout out to Deshaun Elliott. Probably one of my favorite players on the team. Just the whole Joker thing, like, that just, when a player has that type of identity, you can do so much, just come up with so much stuff. So, that's just the squad. That is just the squad.
Absolutely. Christopher Swain says, I see you with the Sixers jersey. Yes, sir. Just in case you guys didn't know, I am actually a huge Philadelphia 76ers fan. That's been my basketball team since I was a little kid. And, Ben Simmons is my guy. So, yeah. But listen, guys, it's Super Bowl week. Super Bowl is in just a couple of days. I don't know when you might be watching this, but the Super Bowl is coming up soon. And tonight we're going to predict the Super Bowl. We're going to preview the Super Bowl. We're going to talk to you guys about, what are the keys to victory on both sides of the football for both teams, our final score predictions, everything like that. And also, we're going to talk about who we think is going to be the Super Bowl MVP. We're going to make our early predictions on that as well. But before we get to all the Super Bowl stuff, this is a Ravens podcast first and foremost. So we're going to start with the Ravens stuff tonight. Now, last week, I know we told you guys that we're going to do the whole Madden, not Madden, the Ravens all-time 25, top 25 players list. So we're going to start with that for you guys. Let's see. First, before we start that, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel.
I seen the comments. We have another birthday.
We do we?
We have another unofficial step godfather.
We have another birthday?
Yes.
Check. Oh, okay.
Well, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you for coming through, spending with us. Thank you. Spending with spend with your boys, Purple Rain. So, happy birthday to you. Hope you have a great birthday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aquarius gang.
Happy birthday. So, like I said, guys, we're going to start with our all-time top 25 players on the Ravens. We're gonna kind of go through this position by position, Alex and I, and you guys can put in the comment section who you guys think is, the all-time best player at that position as we go through them one by one. And of course, Rain Gang, we want you guys' input, we want you guys' opinion, we want you guys' feedback. So do not feel shy at all to, let us know how you're feeling. Let us know how you feel about our picks. Give us your own picks as well.
Yes.
So
start. You ready?
Let's go ahead and kick this one off. I know you. I'm gonna let you lead on this. Lead on this, so you can go through the positions. I'll say my position after you, and of course the Rain Gang can follow in.
All right, quarterback. Very, very close for me. obviously Lamar, unanimous MVP.
Yeah.
But for me, I had to go Joe Flacco. Um,
Okay.
his first 5 years, go making the playoffs, winning the game, and then the Super Bowl, and 14 made it. I mean, he was inconsistent after the contract, but nonetheless, brought us another Lombardi. But
Yeah.
Lamar is a very, very close to, and if he does get that Lombardi, I would have to put him over Flacco. But
You know,
Joe Flacco.
as much as I want to say Lamar, I kind of have to agree with you there, Joe Flacco, because this is saying all time. When we talk about all time in that phrase, that basically means to me like, okay, what have you done for this franchise like over the course of a period of time? Lamar's only been with us for a couple years at this point.
Yeah.
So, we really haven't seen a lot we haven't seen enough from him to kind of warrant him as like an all-time Ravens player, at least not yet. He won a league MVP. I understand that. He won a playoff game this season. He's really, really good. He wins a lot of football games. But when we're talking about all time, I would have to go Flacco, because Flacco, he took us to the promised land. He did, 12
Always
touchdowns, no
competitive.
interceptions in the postseason, always competitive, 10 playoff victories. Like, it really doesn't get too much better than that. So all time
Genuinely.
Ravens quarterback, I'm going to have to go with Flacco at QB. And let's see, the Rain Gang is falling in on this one too. Esco City G says Flacco so far, but Lamar is right behind him. I
Can't
don't
argue
disagree
with
with
that.
that. Yeah,
Can't argue with that.
yeah. KLA Sports, shout out to KLA Sports. He says Flacco at QB. Devon Saunders says just give Lamar a few years. I mean, I agree.
I
I
agree.
think, guys, if we give Lamar 5 years, give him 5 more seasons, say he wins a Super Bowl within those 5 years, then yeah, we put Lamar on that
Yeah.
list. He's number one. He's really just missing that ring. If Flacco
That's all
didn't
it
have the
is.
ring, we'd be saying Lamar, but it's
Easily.
Flacco. Yeah,
Easily.
Flacco. He is the sole owner of 50% of the Baltimore Ravens championship. So kind of got to give it to him, and he got Super Bowl MVP. So yeah, Christopher Swain says Flacco. Mingo says Lamar will take the crown in a few years. Yep. So we're pretty much all in agreement here. So we can go ahead and move on to the next one.
For sure, for sure. Halfback. This one was kind of tough for me, but in the end, I'm going number 31, Jamal Lewis. I don't know about you, but before you give yours, I just want to give an honorable mention to Ray Rice and Willis McGahee. They were dogs, but you can't go wrong with Jamal Lewis. He was a monster, runs over dudes for fun, and he held the record for the most rushing yards in a single game for the longest until Adrian Peterson took it over. And honestly, I can see Derrick Henry taking it over soon, maybe get a 300-yard rushing game. But for me,
Yeah.
Jamal Lewis at halfback.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to agree with you there all the way. I mean, when you just look at just the overall resume, and when you actually just stack them up next to other Ravens tailbacks in the past, Jamal Lewis, he's at the top. He's just at the top. You look at yards, he's at 7,800 yards. The next closest is going to be Ray Rice at 6,100 yards. About 4.5 yards a carry in his career, and then 45 touchdowns in 91 games, man. So Jamal Lewis, I mean, he hit the hole really hard. Watching him play was definitely special. It was a treat, and it was just he embodies the whole play like a Raven. He's one of those players, you know what I mean? Which just grind it out, hard nosed football. He's gonna get you yards. Yeah, so I would definitely agree with you there. I'm gonna say Jamal Lewis. Let's see what the Rain Gang has to say about that.
I mean, we've been blessed with some running backs as Ravens fans. I mean,
Right.
we've had guys, we had Justin Forsett. I mean, he did his thing, came here. And you got Edwards, Mark Ingram doing their thing. Hopefully, J.K. Dobbins is the next one. Hopefully, but we have a pretty good resume of halfbacks in Baltimore.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. But Jamal Lewis is definitely going to be that number one. He's going to take that number one spot. For me, and it looks like for a lot of the Rain Gang as well, you guys are in agreement. So I see Christopher Swain says Jamal Lewis or McGahee or Justin Forsett. Yeah, I mean, Willis McGahee, yeah.
If he was here his whole career, I'd say he could definitely challenge him. 100%.
Right. But yeah, both of those guys weren't with us the entire time. So let's see. Moving on to the next position.
Fullback.
Interesting.
For me, Vonta Leach.
Yeah.
Honorable mentions, LaRon McClain, Kyle Juszczyk, and Pat Ricard. McClain played halfback, fullback, but just for the sake of the list, put him at fullback. I mean, when I think of LaRon McClain, I think of that run, the final game at the old Dallas Cowboys Stadium,
Yeah.
75 yards, just ripped up the middle, and then again he took one too. But Vonta
Right.
Leach for me. I mean, hitting the holes, leading the holes for Ray Rice in the 2012 season. I mean, can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to agree with that, honestly. Vontae Leach. Other than that, I mean, Juszczyk. I like Juszczyk, but he just, didn't really get the opportunities. Juszczyk is, the newer fullbacks are playing in a league era where fullbacks aren't really utilized all that much.
That
Back when we
makes
had
sense.
Vontae Leach, exactly. And back when we had Vontae Leach, we were actually utilizing, and teams were utilizing fullbacks a lot more. So he got more opportunities, got more, bigger plays and stuff like that, just because of the more opportunities. So I would have to say Vontae Leach.
And speaking
But
of
LaRon
fullbacks,
McClain was good too.
we've been blessed too. I remember we had Lorenzo Neal before Vonta Leach too.
Yeah.
So we're a team that uses fullbacks. So
Yeah.
I like that. Ready for the next position?
Yes, sir. It looks like most of the Rain Gang is saying we got Vontae Leach, we've got LaRon McClain, Christopher Swain says, and Austin Mingo says Juice was a dog.
He was catch balls
Yeah.
in the backfield. Left tackle. I mean, is there really any debate here? I mean,
Yeah, I don't think there's any debate. We're looking at for offensive tackle, you're looking at Ronnie Stanley and Jonathan Ogden.
yeah.
Other than those two, it's just that's another thing as well. Offensive line play over the years is actually we've gotten some pretty good players in. We've gotten some good guys in on our offensive line, but in terms of the best offensive tackles that we've had, Jonathan Ogden, of course, he's a staple. He's another one of those players that kind of embodies the whole play like a Raven, just a classic Ravens player when you really think about Baltimore Ravens football. But yeah, him and Stanley, yeah, Hall of Famer. But what do you think?
Ogden, easily Hall of Fame. I mean, you just can't go wrong with it.
Right.
There's a reason why he's first ballot. Our first pick as a franchise, and it goes to be a Hall of Famer like that.
Right.
All right,
Yeah.
left guard. Actually, I came up. This was a toss up, honestly. You can let me know what you think. I had Ben Grubbs taking it, but as a close number 2, Edwin Mulatalo. Close. Yeah.
At guard.
'Cause we know who the other guard is, but
Yeah, I mean Yonda and then Kelechi Osemele.
he was if he stayed with us, I think. He's still playing. Now he would have been in the Super Bowl, but he suffered a season-ending injury. But just speaking with the Ravens, it's either Grubbs or Mulatalo. Assembly definitely can have a shout up there.
Yeah.
That's just for me.
Our guy John James says he's just getting in here. He's a little late. What did I miss? Right now, John, we're just going over our all-time Ravens roster, our all 25 Ravens roster. So hop on in. Right now, we're at the tackle. We're at tackle. We're at guard. I'm sorry. But yeah, it looks like the Rain Gang. We're looking at Sis says Grubbs. NFL Production says that he actually met Ben Grubbs.
Cool.
That's pretty cool. Darius Simmons and unofficial step godfather. They both say Yonda.
Yeah, easy pick for that's right guard for me. I mean,
right.
Yonda played everywhere on the line.
Right.
It's crazy, and he played at such a high level, but
you could ask him to do anything.
100%.
KLA Sports says Eugene Monroe. Forgot about him.
Yeah, he had a few good years with us, and so did Bryant McKinney that 2012 year. He came in, I think, at that right tackle spot and did his thing. No, he was left tackle because right tackle was Michael Ward. Wow, seems like so long
Michael
ago.
Ward too.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
So center. Ranking. I want to hear what you guys think of the center because me and my guy Sutton, we talked about this, before the stream. We had the same guy, but when someone asks you the best center in Ravens franchise history, who are you going to say? And why is it Tristan Colon Castillo? I'm playing. But who would you say? I mean, I know who I'd pick. I know who he picked. But just let us know.
There seems to be a general consensus going on in the chat right now, at least so far. We got KLA Sports says the only answer for center is Matt Burke. NFL Prod says the same thing. Burke. Darius Simmons, Burke. Unofficial step godfather says Jensen.
If he stayed a Raven, definitely could have challenged it. But just as we're in that purple and black.
Yeah. Most people are saying Burke. We're all in, most of us are in agreement here. The real Matt at center Not Matt Skura, but Matt Burke.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah,
Cool. Right guard, easy.
easy.
73, Marshall Yanda. I mean, like I said, you can put him right guard, left guard. He played anywhere, but I think right guard is where he finished his career. So I'm just going to go Yanda there. Did you have Yanda?
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
I mean, can't say enough good things about him. True professional. Glad he got a ring. He'll definitely be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
All right, right tackle. I had to kind of go through, but I think just because the sheer – what is the word I'm looking for? Nostalgia. Got to go Orlando Brown Sr. I just feel it's just the perfect way to just end off the line. Who did you have?
It's funny you said that because I was having some difficulties kind of figuring out who I wanted to like pick at this spot right here, but I came across Orlando Brown Sr. as well, and that was actually my pick too. So
Cool, perfect. We're on the same page here. Perfect. So our line, just imagine this line with like the Ravens running backs now.
oh my
Ogden,
goodness,
Grubbs, Burke, Yanda, and Orlando Brown Sr.
we'd be running for 200 every game, literally every game.
Easy. like Little Zeus says, easy money.
Easy.
All right. So you can go tight ends or receivers.
Let's go tight end first.
Cool. Who did you have? Because we've had so many good tight ends in this franchise.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Todd Heap though. I'm gonna have to go with Todd Heap. He was kind of like the original, just Mr. Reliable.
Yeah.
Todd Heap. Whenever he got the ball, you hear that he in the stadium. You know what I mean? It's just that's nostalgic for me, for one. And I just seen him make a lot of big catches and a lot of big plays. And of course, Dennis Pitta is a good runner up, and of course, Mark Andrews might be trending towards that as well if he can, take some steps forward. But for my money, I'm gonna go with Todd Heap.
That's my top three. I have Heat, Pitta, Andrews, and that tie with Andrews is that Shannon Sharp wasn't here long, but when he was here, he did make his impact. I think that play against the Raiders took a 90-some yards for a touchdown. But Heat, I mean, when I think of Heat, he literally would have blood and just get laid out in the Steelers-Ravens game, late 2000s. So, I mean, I can't say enough good things about Todd Heat.
Yeah. Looks like the Rain Gang, everybody, appreciate you guys for giving your input.
Thank
we
you.
love it. We love to see it. Make sure you like the video. If you haven't already, smash that like button, please. It would help us out a ton. Also, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. That also helps us out a ton. And right above me, you can see we have our own Instagram accounts. You can follow us on Instagram to get all updates, Purple Rain, and Baltimore Ravens news. But it looks like most of the Rain Gang is saying either Dennis Pitta or Todd Heap. Most of us are going with Todd Heap. But I see a lot more votes for Pitta. Hold on, this might be a little bit controversial.
We could talk about Pitta. I mean,
he scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Going back, I mean, this is a forgotten play, but I was making his video this past summer, and it was the 2012 divisional game against the Broncos.
Yeah.
3rd and 18, I think, backed up, or 3rd and 10, backed up in their own 10-yard line. Overtime, or late. Oh, it's overtime. Flacco steps back. Beautiful pass to Dennis Pitta. He doesn't catch that pass. We're not talking about 2012 Ravens winning the Super Bowl because that's a Peyton Manning with a great offense, getting great field position, just needing 3 points. So you can make a strong case for Pitta too. He had a touchdown also against the Patriots in the AFC Championship game. Yeah. No, he didn't. Did he?
Yeah.
Did he? I don't know.
Wait. Ooh, against the Patriots?
I don't think he did.
I don't think so. No, I don't think he did.
Okay. But he did. Super Bowl for sure had one. You're right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It's a toss-up. I think
I'm gonna have to go Heat, man. I'm gonna have to. Heat. You gotta think about it, man. Todd Heap. He had over 5,000 yards receiving, almost 5,500. He was averaging 12 yards a play. Had 41 touchdowns. 41
he came
touchdowns.
With the stats.
He came with the stats. Yeah. Had to. And he played for us from the years 2001 to 2010. So again, when we're talking about all time, and your best ability is availability. I know everybody's heard that, and unfortunately Dennis Pitta was just on and off the field a little bit too much.
The hips.
So yeah, the hips, the surgeries, all that stuff. So
if he stays healthy, he's definitely tight end 1. I think we can both agree. But yeah, I'm gonna give it to Heat, Pitta 2, then I could probably Mark Andrews 3.
Yeah.
All right. Receivers. The Ravens have had some fun times at wide receiver. We have your Tandon Dosses, your David Reeds, your Demetrius Williams, your Travis Taylors.
Yeah.
But we're here to talk about, the good ones. Which ones make your list. So who'd you have as your first wide receiver?
First wide receiver, I'm probably gonna have to go with. I'm gonna go Derek Mason. Again, we talk all time. You gotta look at the complete resume. My man, 96 games, almost 6,000 yards receiving. He had 5,777. 29 touchdowns. He played really, really well, and he played with us for 5 years, from the years of 2005 to 2010. So when we talk about all time, I'm going to have to put Derek Mason up there. He also had 471 receptions. That leads all Ravens in receptions of all time. So I'm going to have to go with Derek Mason as my top there. But then if I had to go another one, I'm going to have to say I'm going to go Anquan Boldin.
Okay.
Now, I know my whole argument this entire time has been, we're talking all time, so we're talking longevity, years on years on years of being with the team. Anquan Boldin was only with us for 2 seasons, right?
2 or 3? Was it 2?
2 or 3. 2 or 3. A very short amount of time. Yeah, it wasn't too long. But the time that he was there, he made his presence felt. And he essentially took us to a Super Bowl. Him and Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco just basically throwing the ball up to him whenever he was in trouble or whenever he needed to. Anquan Boldin would come down and get it. Of course, credit goes to Flacco as well in those plays because he made some good throws. But Anquan Boldin was just the epitome of that dog. You know what I mean? And it was between him and Steve Smith Sr. that I had, in mind because they both have that dog mentality. We all know that. Steve Smith Sr. probably has even more than Anquan Boldin because Steve Smith Sr. is just that dude. But in terms of ability, Anquan Boldin, and then also what he really did for the Ravens and getting us to that Super Bowl, I'm going to go with Anquan Boldin. But first, I'm going to go Derek Mason. What about you?
It was hard. Kind of with the whole Flacco-Lamar debate. If Lamar wins the Super Bowl, we're putting him above Flacco.
Yeah.
And Anquan Boldin helped us win a Super Bowl, and I'm putting him above Derek Mason.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, but hearing those stats, Derek Mason was he was Mr. Reliable. When we needed a catch, he would make it. But I just think of the plays Anquan Boldin made. I think of him absolutely mossing. I think it was Kyle Arrington, AFC Championship game, and pointing down to him after he just mossed them. I think against the Colts, he did it. In the Super Bowl, in a 3rd and 1, we throw up to him, and he just absolutely bodied Chris Culliver. Like it was nothing. That's why I'm going to Anquan Boldin. He helped us bring that Super Bowl. And number 2, easy, Derek Mason. I mean, they're flip-flop. You can make a case for both of them. There's honestly no wrong answer between those two.
Yeah, I agree, absolutely. Let's see what we have going on in the chat right now.
I actually had a receiver 3 and 4. I had Steve Smith 3 and Torrey Smith 4.
I like Torrey Smith. In there. Torrey Smith, he was kind of like he didn't play like a whole lot of games with us. He had 64 total games with us, but he scored 30 touchdowns.
And he drew so many flags.
He did.
Like that was such an underrated part of his game.
Oh yeah.
And he literally burnt Champ Bailey twice. It's the same Champ Bailey you hear as one of the great corners. He burnt him twice in a playoff game.
Right. Torrey Smith was huge for us. Huge. So shout out to him as well, man. Yeah. Shout out to Torrey Smith.
And
the Rain Gang,
we've had some
talking
roller coasters with receivers.
Oh, tell me about it, dude. It's been crazy over the years. And now to see kind of what we have now in comparison to like what we had before, like an Anquan Boldin and the Derek Masons, and now we have like Willie Snead and Hollywood Brown, and I don't know. I feel like our receiving core back then was a lot better. It was a lot better.
Actually, real quick, Qadri Ismail. I want to give him honorable mention too. Qadri Ismail. I mean, he was before my time, but I do remember I heard he was such a good, reliable receiver. I see K-Dog says Derek Alexander, Michael Jackson. That's all before my time. But I'm going to take their words that they were good. But just going on to your point, like I think at the time we had Lee Evans, the forbidden name. Yeah, I said it. We had TJ Hushmanzada. We've been through some receivers, and it was hard times.
Oh yeah, Rain Gang. I see Steve Smith Sr. in there. I see Bolden from our guy Austin Mingo. NFL process Michael Campanaro.
Fun fact: I was at an Orioles game when we could go to games.
Right.
I casually saw him walking, and I'm like 5'7" myself, like 150. I see why he got hurt so many times. We're built exactly the same, and this man is taking hits from grown men in the NFL. I'm like, you know what? Good thing you retired because he wouldn't have ended well. So, but he wasn't. He wasn't a bad punt returner or a kick returner. That was his role with the team.
I mean, but you could kind of say the same thing about Hollywood, could you not?
You could. I mean, I guess he had the speed though. He's like that. Maybe that's why he goes to the ground so much. Maybe the coaches tell him to. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you're right. But yeah, Michael Campanaro. That's a blast from the past.
Yeah. Just another one of the honorable mentions. I see some of you guys in the chat talking about Mark Clayton. Mark Clayton, for those of you guys who don't know, played with the Ravens for about 5 seasons, and then just kind of his stats, like, you know, comparing up to everybody else. He played 76 games with the Ravens, 234 catches, around 3,100 yards receiving, and 12 touchdowns. So yeah, he had a pretty good stretch with us with the Ravens in the mid to late 2000s.
I think in the receivers too. Remember that 2015 year where we had like Chris Givens, we had what was it, Chris Matthews who played for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Then we Kamar Aiken. Kamar Aiken. I think if he stayed with us, he wouldn't be on this list, but he definitely would be given a run for the honorable mention because he was good here. He was solid here. But I think that's it for the offense. We're going to the defense.
Going to the defense. I'm with that. Let's do it.
So I'm using ends, tackles, outside linebackers because we've had so many. We've played 3-4s, 4-3s. I was looking up last night. I'm like, there's so many good people to put. So I'm gonna start with the left end. Don't know if you have it. I got Rob Burnett. Never watched him play, but when my pops told me he was very, very, very good, so I'm gonna take my dad's words, right there. Don't know if you had a left end, but that's who I had.
Yeah, I actually did not.
Okay, cool. Did you have defensive tackles?
Yeah, Haloti Ngata,
Easy.
Big guy, easy money.
Easy.
Some would say Goose, Tony Siragusa.
I got him at number 2 for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then third, honorable mention, I got Sam Adams, part of that 2000 Ravens defense.
Okay. Let's see.
I have a right end too, Michael McCrary.
Yeah, that's another name that I was looking at as well.
Okay, cool. The names that we're about to say that I have on my list, like, it goes to show you how dominant our defense has been in this franchise. Like, some of these names that, like, some of our 2s could be number 1s for other franchises. It's crazy. And the fact that we've only been around for 25 years and this is a talent we've produced is just wild.
Yeah.
All right. What's the rain gang saying before we move into our linebackers? Because we get fun. It gets fun in the linebackers area.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. NFL Production says Paul Kruger.
Definitely.
I
think if he
forgot about him.
If we're putting Kruger up there, maybe Purnell. I mean, he definitely has to earn because this.
You can make a case. Yeah. You can make a case for it. Absolutely. Darius Simmons, Haloti Ngata, yes sir. Let's see what else we got. Kayla Sports says D-line, Haloti Ngata, Siragusa, and Burnett. Okay. Yeah, Burnett was a beast. Rob Burnett, let's see, Tony Siragusa. Christopher Swain says Rob Burnett or Adelius Thomas, Tony Siragusa, Sam Adams, or Michael McCreary or Haloti Ngata. All right.
I think in a couple of years, I think we'll be having Brandon Williams on this list soon. I definitely think if he stays here.
We'll definitely have him there when it's all said and done.
I got left outside linebacker. For me, easy. Sizzle. 55.
Sizzle, yeah. All day. Even though he never could close his mouth all the way, it seemed like. It seems like his mouth was always open. But that's why we love him, man. That's why we love him. I think
Sizzle. I think of staying up those games, Sunday night games, they come across like the Sizzle, Ball So Hard University. I mean, just that is what a Raven. Exactly. But honorable mention, had to have R95 Jarrett Johnson. When he was here, he was so good. So good. So I got to just give him a honorable mention on this list. But I mean, if Suggs wasn't here, easily number 1. Middle linebacker.
I mean, it's another easy one. Do we even have to say? Yeah, Ray Lewis.
Obviously.
And then I've got C.J. Mosley.
I do too.
Yeah.
Daryl Smith, I think, could definitely earn an honorable mention. He was good while he was here.
Yeah, but I think CJ Mosley really cemented it when he made
Yeah,
that play against Baker and sent us to
100%.
the playoffs. Yeah.
And that was the last interception he had for us.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do miss CJ Mosley on the Ravens. I actually
Me too.
I have a conspiracy theory. I believe the Jets will cut him, and I believe once LJ Ford leaves the Ravens, Mosley comes in as a veteran presence with Queen and Malik Harrison. I just think it's such a Raven move, kind of with Pernell McPhee.
Kind of is, though, when you think about it. Yeah. I could totally see that happening.
Okay, right outside linebacker. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with my guy Peter. I'm going with my guy Peter.
Same
Peter
here.
Bolware. Yeah.
I'm glad we're talking about the same Peter because that could have gotten weird. Got Peter Bolware easily.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any honorable mentions? Because I got a few.
Yeah, go. I don't have any honorable mentions, but go ahead, bro.
I got Delius Thomas and Jamie Sharper.
Okay. What do you think about Doom
Doom,
or Kruger?
I think we were so spoiled having Suggs in Doomerville,
Yeah.
all because of a fax machine. Like, you remember that whole Doomerville thing? He was supposed to re-sign with the Broncos. The fax machine broke, and he was a free agent, and we picked him up. Like that.
I don't remember that story.
You don't remember that story?
No, I don't actually.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think about, though.
Imagine that happened now, like with Twitter and everything. Like, just they would be getting clowned.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I got Bulware, Thomas, and then Jamie Sharper. Let me know what you guys think.
Yeah. See the Rain Gang in here. We're saying, well, yeah, like we said, our guy Christopher Swain gave Suggs, Doomerville, Peter Bolware, or Paul Kruger. Darius Simmons says Jarrett Johnson.
Yeah, I had him on my left. See, like I said, the way Rex Ryan ran our defenses, the linebackers play right or left. So
Yeah, they're versatile. Let's see. No, Elvis. K-Dog says Elvis Doomerville. K-Dog also says simply knows his Ravens history.
and we have to. We got to know our history, you know? Both of us.
Adelius Thomas, the Swiss Army knife. Yes, sir. Living legend. Shout out to Living Legend.
Always coming through.
Yeah, always coming through. Supporting
Everybody,
the
Rain Gang is loyal.
Yeah.
Love it.
Shout out to the whole Rain Gang. Yeah, we love you guys so much. But yeah, let's keep it moving, bro.
Arguably my favorite part of a defense, the secondary. Who's your cornerback one?
So I've got as cornerback one, I'm gonna have to go with Chris McAllister.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Chris McAllister as cornerback number one. Cornerback number two, I'm gonna go with Humph. I'm gonna go with Marlon Humphrey. I really am, and the reason why is because he's good in coverage, but not only that is because he also forces turnovers. He led the league in forced fumbles this season, and he really only had like a bunch of them in the first half of the season. He really didn't do too much of it in the second half of the season, but just turnover machine, and then also just being able to just lock down your number one receiver. You know,
Wow.
So I'm gonna go with Marlon Humphrey and Chris McAllister.
I'm going Chris McAllister, cornerback one. Don't have to say much. My cornerback two. I think I'm going to get some slack for this. Jimmy Smith.
Jimmy Smith.
Yes.
I can't do it, bro. I can't do it only because, like, again, your best ability is availability, and he's very on and off. He's very on and off, and we're talking about all time. All time, I'm thinking about somebody who was there for us when we needed him the most at all times. You know.
Listen, it's between him, Ladarius Webb, and Dwayne Starks. I picked Jimmy Smith because I think of that 4th and goal. Kaepernick gets the ball, throws up to Michael Crabtree, incomplete. Game not over, but it sealed the game.
Even though they did call a hold. I mean, well, they didn't call it, but like it was kind of controversial.
It was both
the last play, you know.
It was both of them. You know what? I get it. I just feel Jimmy Smith, like when he is healthy, he is so underrated. And we saw when they put him on A.J. Brown against the Titans, what did A.J. Brown do? Nothing.
Yeah, you're right. You're
right. Then I got also Gary Baxter and Samari Rolle, and obviously Humphrey you can throw in there. But we've had so many good corners.
Samari Rolle. I haven't heard that name in a while. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Next position?
Free safety.
Free safety. I mean, do we really have to say it?
I don't think we do. I think the Rain Gang knows exactly what we're talking about. Kind of like our middle linebacker.
Yeah. Absolutely. It goes without saying, Ed Reed, the man, the myth, the legend, the GOAT safety, in my opinion, at least. It's either between him or Troy. But Ed Reed, just the king of anticipation, looking off quarterbacks, breaking on the football, and then actually returning it for points. You know what I mean? Like making the most out of those returns. Ed Reed, absolutely hands down. Not only is he the best safety in Ravens history, but one could argue that he's the best safety in NFL history as well.
All
What
time.
do you guys think about that? All time.
All time. I mean, I think of when he picked off Kevin Cobb and returned it, 107 yards against the Eagles?
Yeah.
And he had Brian Westbrook, a running back, chasing him. Couldn't even catch up to him.
Right.
He did it against the Browns. Went coast to coast. I mean, he did it against anybody and everybody. But the one thing that frustrated me the most about Ed Reed is when he would pitch it back sometimes. Because sometimes it wouldn't work and we would lose the ball. But, I mean, he Hall of Famer, first ballot for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely Hall of Famer. Such a ball hawk, Darius the official says. He was definitely a huge ball hawk. Probably one of the best ones that I've ever seen. Let's see. Christopher Swain says, I remember when he had surgery, played against the Bills, and he had a pick, and the crowd went Reed. Yeah, man. Yeah. Just he's one of those, again, just all-time Ravens players. Absolutely. So
I do remember I went to his first, when he came back with the Jets, that first game we played them, and Jacoby Jones absolutely burnt him. He just should have retired after the 2012 year. But that's what happens, I guess. You just want to go and play. But
yeah.
Strong safety. This is going to be interesting because I have two. I really couldn't pick on who I wanted. Who did you have?
Strong safety. I actually had Ed Reed as like in both of those positions.
Okay.
Now, in terms of strong safety, in terms of like who I like the most, my personal favorite, and I know a lot of people don't like this guy, but Bernard Pollard was one of my favorite strong safeties that we had on the Ravens squad, just because of like how hard he hit and just how, you know, the intensity that he brought to the defense. And that's something that the Ravens defense has always thrived off of, that intensity and hard hitting and a hard-nosed football. But who did you have, though?
When he knocked out Stephen Ridley, like, because I think of, remember when they knocked out Willis McGahee, the Steelers did, and then they won the AFC Championship? We knocked out Stephen Ridley and won the AFC Championship. It's between Bernard Pollard and definitely a throwback. I remember playing with him on NFL Street, DeJuan Landry. Remember him?
I do.
Yeah, it was between those two, and then you could throw Will Demps in there, but I just feel it's a toss-up. Recent memory says Pollard. I would love to go and see some DeJuan Landry, just some plays from him, but one of those two. I was gonna put Rod Woodson, but I'm not necessarily a fan of him because he rocks the Steelers more. He was there longer, but he never got a ring with them. He got his ring with us, so I'm not throwing him on this list just to be petty.
Definitely not. But a lot of people would say Rod Woodson, though.
Yeah.
And then I guess just rounding it out, we got special teams.
Kick returner, Jacoby Jones.
Yeah.
Punt returner, Jermaine Lewis.
Jermaine Lewis. What years did he play with us?
He took one back in the 2000. He took a kick and a punt back in the Super Bowl in 2000.
Back in Super Bowl. Yeah, 2000. That was a long time ago. I was like around the time when I first started watching Ravens football, around the 2000 Super Bowl. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, because I was only like 5 years old. I was like 6 years old. Around that time.
I remember when we drafted Troy Smith, and I was so hyped. He won the Heisman, but he never got to play for us. So I'm stuck with fucking Bowler. But kicker, I mean, really.
I mean, yeah, we know Justin Tucker, the whole Wolf Pack. Just the kind of it rounds it out.
I do got an honorable mention to Matt Stover, though.
Oh yeah. Stover, he was definitely a staple.
I better not see any Billy Cundiff comments or Stephen Hauschka. Okay, let's not do it. Let's not go.
Cundiff, it's already there. Billy Cundiff, pain, anguish.
And you know what, Coach Harbaugh or Billick, it's.
That's oh man. That's a tough one. Man. They both have a Super Bowl. Jeez. I'm going to go Harbaugh.
Okay.
only because I feel like Harbaugh was a coach who had to adapt a little bit more than Brian Billick did.
Okay.
Not Brian Billick, but John Harbaugh. He went from having Joe Flacco to having Lamar Jackson, and just being still successful. Like going from a quarterback like Flacco to Lamar, basically changing the entire way that the team looks offensively, at least, and still being successful. Then yeah, I'm gonna have to go with John Harbaugh. Also, just considering. Look at what they did like in that little stretch, like when we were really good, like in 2012, 2013, those playoffs. We beat a lot of good teams.
08 through 12. That
Yeah.
08, I mean, 08 through 12, I know it's 4, but the 5 seasons, the fact him and Flacco won, they made it to the playoffs and won a game every time.
Yeah.
I mean, they were always on the road. I mean, we
Right.
beat the Chiefs. I mean, that was the Jamal Charles-led Chiefs. Like, Jamal Charles was an issue. We beat the Titans, CJ2K. Beat the Steelers. No, it took us for a while to beat the Steelers, I think. Beat the Patriots in 09 when Ray Rice first played, took it. Beat the Dolphins when they were good back then. So you're right. We would go on the road, we would win. And not many believed in a special teams coach from Philadelphia, but one coach of the year, won the Super Bowl. Hopefully he could get another one before he retires. But like Click One said, he just won the Super Bowl. I mean, just won the coach of the year, so can't go against that. But the fact we've been in the league for 25 years and only had 3 head coaches, that says a lot about this team compared to other teams. They have 3 head coaches in 3 years.
Right. That's true. I like what Unofficial Step Godfather says. Man, that's 2 different eras. So honestly, that is a tough comparison. It's a tough comparison, but I feel like the era now that John Harbaugh was in, it kind of introduced the whole, dynamic quarterbacks and, more pass heavy offense and stuff like that. So just having to adapt to that for John Harbaugh, I feel like, and on top of the fact that, like you said, he's got a lot of playoff wins, and that's very important. So I'm going to have to go with Harbaugh.
Now, do you think he can diminish his value? Let's say we miss the playoffs a couple of years. Will he be hindering his legacy if he stays too long or if he doesn't switch things up? I
mean, absolutely.
Okay, I just wanted to.
You know how the saying goes. It's like you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain, and that's just what happens.
100%.
Yep.
Ooh. Okay, well, I think that was our Ravens 25 team. 25-year team. I mean, hopefully the guys we're watching now will be on there. Obviously, Lamar got a lot of hope for. Don't know if Stanley can live up to that Ogden, but the potential's there.
Potential's definitely there. Yeah.
The potential is there. Hopefully, Mark Andrews. Can't see any of the receivers maybe going to Torrey. Hopefully, they can get that Steve Smith level. Defense, we talked about Brandon Williams. If we keep Judon, but I feel he's kind of been underrated by Ravens fans. Judon is. It's really good in our defense. Then Humphrey, obviously. And then if Chuck Clark and Deshaun Elliott can step up. But hopefully it'll be fun to revisit this, in a couple of years and see who made that stride.
Definitely will. And we definitely will revisit this. But yeah, guys, that has been our all 25-year team. Hope you guys enjoyed that segment. I know we definitely enjoyed it, and we appreciate all of you guys for putting in your input. If you're watching this stream after the fact, so you're not watching it live, feel free, put in the comments who you think is your all 25-year top players list for the Ravens. Let me know you guys' hot takes. Is there anybody on that list that you disagree with us or you disagree with the Rain Gang? Let us know. We love that. But now we're going to move on. We're going to move on to something a lot different, actually.
Okay.
It's Super Bowl week.
It is.
It's Super Bowl week, man. Yeah, my goodness, man. This is the last game of the year. So we got to break it down. We got to talk about it. We got to give our predictions and things like that. And we hope you guys, if you're watching right now live, stick around because we want to hear you guys' final score predictions, you guys' hot takes, bold predictions, who you guys think is going to get the Super Bowl MVP, all that good stuff.
Yes.
So, stick around. And, what you about to say, bro?
Is God Baby in here? Paging God Baby Pride because we have a BUCS fan here. Don't know if we have any Chiefs fans. I know we got a BUCS fan in here.
Yeah.
So We'll
Yeah,
see.
God, baby, if you're in here, please let us know. But yeah, this is. I mean, let's just get right into it, man. This is going to be an amazing game. I honestly think this is the best Super Bowl that we've gotten in a while.
You
Let's talk
know,
about that. Let's talk about that, right?
Eagles Patriots was good. That was like 3 or 4 years ago today.
But let's talk about like going into it before the game
Oh,
started.
you're
Yeah,
right because I'll be honest, I thought the Patriots were gonna run away with that game
me
against.
too.
I'm like Nick
Yeah,
Foles. I'm like really Nick, and I know like they blew out the Vikings. Okay, that's the They shouldn't even beat the Saints. Marcus Williams blew his coverage, but
yeah.
they won it. But you're right, going into it, like I haven't seen as much hype for it as I should have. I feel like they hyped up the other playoff games a lot more than they hyped this one up. There was more hype for the Ravens Bills than the Super Bowl,
Um,
or for the
I don't.
Bucks Packers.
Yeah, the build up for those games and the stories for those games were really big. But when you really think about it in terms of stories and then also just in terms of matchups, we couldn't have asked for a better Super Bowl. I don't think we
100%.
can. Yeah. Now, my question to you and the Rain Gang is this: when was the last time that we got a Super Bowl that looked this good going into it?
I would have said Seahawks Broncos, but the Seahawks blew the Broncos out. I mean, they were
Yeah.
a great Seahawks defense against a good Broncos offense, and then that was a blowout.
Yeah.
Seahawks Patriots, uh, Patriot. See the Patriots Falcons. I mean, I wasn't. I was surprised the Falcons had that big of a lead. I expected the
Yeah.
Patriots to win that.
I think Seahawks Patriots was probably the last time that we really had like, okay, this is gonna be a good
Yeah,
game. You know what I mean? But I mean, people say Ravens San Francisco. You know,
I mean, just the
uh,
brother versus brother. That
yeah,
that
that was huge.
you can't even go against that one.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Living Legend says Rams Titans was good.
Throwing it
Going,
back.
that's definitely a throwback. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I feel like that this is probably the most in terms of ability and then also in terms of story as well. This is the most highly anticipated game that we could have asked for
100%.
because both of these teams are very, very good offensively. Now we know defensively Tampa Bay is better than the Chiefs, but a lot of the times the Chiefs' offense is their defense, and we know that. So we're gonna break down this game, kind of. We're gonna talk about like our keys to victory for both teams. Alex, I want to kind of get your take on this first.
Okay.
What would be the keys to victory for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win this game?
Um, I'm happy we have God Baby. I saw he said something. So if
Okay.
I say anything, wrong or Sutton does, let us know because we don't watch the Buccaneers like that. I've only watched them a few times in the playoffs. But I remember the first time they played the Chiefs, Tyreek Hill had 200 receiving yards in the first quarter.
Yeah.
That right there, I don't know who's going to be, marked up on him. I was talking about this with God Baby. I'm like, who is your fastest defensive back? He said Jamel Dean or Sean Murphy Bunting. It has to be one of them because Carlton Davis cannot be on him.
No.
Because he was getting burnt. He was a burnt piece of toast, and you put butter all over it. That's what he was. It's terrible. Stopping him. My second one, that Chiefs offensive line is so depleted. So depleted. You got to get pressure. That's why you got Shaq Barrett. Vita Vea's back. Dominican Sue. Devin White comes on blitzes. I mean, they have the power to come through and sack somebody. And Jason Pierre-Paul. How could I forget?
I don't
How
know
could I
though,
forget?
bro. I don't know though because you got to think about it.
They get it out
They
quick.
they get it out quick, of course.
Apply
And-
pressure. You got to.
But are you rushing 4 or 5 though? If you're rushing 5, you're gonna leave somebody 1-on-1 over the top.
Probably rushing 4. Maybe 3 with.
I don't know if you're getting home with 4 against Mahomes.
Yeah. So, this is my third point.
Okay.
Speaking of quarterbacks, that Kansas City front line is pretty nasty. Got to keep Brady protected. Got to let him get his time because he has Antonio Brown is back too. If he has his time, he will find either AB, Evans, Godwin, Brait, Gronkowski, hell, even Tyler Johnson. He'll find one of
Scotty
them.
Miller.
Scotty. What do we have to talk about Scotty Miller versus Tyreek Hill? Because he said he was. We got to talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that for sure.
So, those are my 3. Contain
Okay.
Tyreek Hill. Apply some sort of pressure to Mahomes. just make him uncomfortable, which is hard to do in itself, and then protect TB12. I should have. I mean, if I could put a fourth, obviously try to stop Mahomes, but you really can't. You just gotta hope he messes up.
Yeah.
So.
Now, I agree. Those are good keys to victory, absolutely, for the Bucs to win. I think one more, though, if I had to add one more, I would probably say that they want to run the football. They want to run the football. They want to control. They want to control the clock. They want to control the game. They don't want to get into a back and forth shootout with Mahomes and the Chiefs, because you're going to lose that battle 10 times out of 10. You just are. But you want to run the ball. The more time that you can keep Patrick Mahomes off the field, the better for the Bucs. And I feel like that's what their game plan is going to need to be going into this. Also, another thing, stopping Tyreek Hill is going to be a huge, and emphasis on huge, point of emphasis. I said emphasis twice. But look, Tyreek Hill had almost 300 yards receiving in that Week 12 matchup. Listen, you cannot play that single high safety against this offense. You just can't do it, because you will get burned up every single time. You're gonna get burned. So it really just depends on what they can do with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. And that's why I was asking you, are they rushing 4 or are they rushing 5? And are they dropping back some of those edge rushers on some plays, plays to stop those short to intermediate routes? But when they drop back in coverage, who that tight end who's coming over the middle, Travis Kelce. He's going to burn him up. And
playoff Sammy's there. He's going to be playing. Yeah. Sammy Watkins is different kind of like Marquise Brown is different in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's just all their talent they have is just not fair. It's hard to stop them.
It's very hard to stop them. So those will be the keys to victory for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win. Now, let me ask you about the keys to victory for the Kansas City Chiefs to win this football game. What do you think about them? What do they need to do in order to win?
You can't let that Buccaneers defense get their momentum, because number 45 in that defense is arguably one of the best players right now in all of football and defense. Devin White he's been playing with such a chip on his shoulder. I mean, the LSU boys. Hopefully, Patrick Queen takes that next step, like Queen. Hopefully Queen takes the next step like Devin White did this year. Because if he does, we'll be in for a really good season next year. But I look at it, their defense is young. Antoine Winfield is back, Jr. Then they have, Sean Murphy-Bunting, who has a pick every playoff game this year. You can't let that defense get hot, because, they can get in your head, and they can. We've seen Travis Kelce; he can lose his temper sometimes, and those 15-yard penalties can bite them. Number 2, I guess you got to cover them receivers. Who's going to be on who? They haven't played a team with this many weapons, and I can't even say the Bills because Beasley was playing hurt last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So that it's going to be their secondary has to step up, and then third, can't let playoff Lenny get in his mojo, because when he gets in his bag, playoff Lenny is a different running back.
Right. That's a big thing too. If you're the Chiefs defense, you have to get off the field on third down. You have to. You cannot let the Bucs keep extending drives and taking a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minute drives. You can't do that. Can't let them take chunk drives, so to say. You want to get off the field when you have the opportunity to, and you want to go down the field. You want to score points to put their offense a little bit more of a predicament and make them a little bit more one-dimensional. That's what you need to do if you're the Chiefs. Also, if you're the Chiefs, I feel like they need to do. It's really going to come down to this, right? Between these two teams, how deep is each team's bag? And what I mean by that is contingency planning.
Okay.
The whole purpose of the playoffs and Super Bowl and everything like that, both of these teams have a plan. But in the Super Bowl, I guarantee you the enemy, the opposite team, the opponent, they have a plan to shut down your plan. So it's going to be about how your backup plan is going to work against their plan and how your backup's backup plan. So basically what I'm saying is this. I believe, and I know I'm kind of going to transition into the kind of the prediction part right here. I'm going to give my prediction.
It's cool.
I'm going to give my prediction. I believe that the bag of Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy, and Patrick Mahomes is just deeper than the bag of Bruce Arians, Todd Bowles, defensive coordinator, trying to stop the Chiefs. and Tom Brady. I just do. I understand Brady has the experience, but at the end of the day, I feel like the contingency planning for the Chiefs is just going to be that much better, and that's why I think they're going to win this football game.
You don't have faith in Byron Leftwich, the Buccaneers offensive coordinator?
Oh, God.
I'm playing. But I mean, you can't argue with that. You really can't. I mean,
Yeah.
this is Andy Reid's third Super Bowl. It's Bruce Arians' first.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, the odds are stacked against the BUCS.
Yeah.
And I was taught as a kid, you can never go against Brady. But I'm like, but you can't go against Patrick Mahomes. You just can't go them. So are you ready for picks?
I am ready for picks.
You
Just real
give
quick
your-
though, I wanted to
Okay.
see. Yeah, I'm gonna give mine, but I wanted to see what the Rain Gang is saying here in the
Yeah,
chat.
let us know before we give our picks. You know, we don't want to
Yeah, let us know who you guys have winning. What's your score predictions? All that. Let's see. Fatal Storm Clan. Shout out to him. He says I think it'll be a close game, 33-30 Bucks. I don't know, maybe the other way around. Let's see what else we have here. Evan White, Sammy Watkins. Being in production says, is Sammy Watkins back? Yes, he is.
And
He
so
will
is
be
Antonio
playing.
Brown.
Yes.
Can
be
we
a
just
great
talk
game.
about, while you're looking for comments, two former Steelers. I'm sorry, Boz. Le'Veon Bell on the Chiefs, Antonio Brown on the Bucks.
Yeah.
One of them's going to get a ring. That's pretty crazy.
Let's see. Unofficial Step Godfather says Brady's game plan will be to control the ball and keep Kansas City off the field. It's that simple. Absolutely.
It is.
Absolutely.
It is.
Let's see. Our guy Living Legend, I brought it up before. He said adjustments win Super Bowls, and he's totally right about that. And that's why I say whoever's bag is deeper, whoever can go deeper in their bag is going to win this football game. And I think that's the Chiefs. I think they have the deeper bag. They proved that against the 49ers last Super Bowl
Year,
last
they made
season. So,
adjustments.
yeah. So, being in productions also says Andy Reid's too good. Let's see
he
the
is.
score predictions we got going on here. Storm Clan says 33-30 Bucks. Unofficial Step Godfather says Bucks by 3. KLA
Okay.
Sports says Chiefs by 8, 38-30. Being in production says Chiefs 42-18. Damn, okay.
Wow.
A blowout.
Wow.
It's like that. Living Legend says Chiefs 42-38. Okay, pretty high scoring there.
Okay.
Pretty high scoring. K-Dog 33-31 Bucks. Believing in Brady. I got you.
Okay.
Tyler Sugar. Shout out to Tyler. He says 31-24 Chiefs. Okay. I feel that, Tyler.
God, baby, we're waiting for you now. Who you got?
Yeah.
So it's looking more like Chiefs, but kind of like a 70-30, 60-40. More Chiefs
Yeah.
compared to Bucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I have the Chiefs as well. I've got the Chiefs winning this game. I'm going to go. Ooh. All right. I'm going to go 31-27.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to go. 31-27 Chiefs. I just feel like at the end of the day, like it's going to be a very close game. It's going to be very close. But if I had to set the scene for you, Chiefs are probably going to get the ball with, I don't know, 3 minutes left. They're going to be down a couple points. They're going to go down. They're going to dial up something to score a touchdown. And then, the Bucks will get the ball back with, maybe like a minute left, maybe less than that. I don't know. I feel like Brady either throws a pick or, they turn the ball over on downs and boom, Chiefs win again. But yeah, I'm going to go 31-27 Chiefs. How about you?
So on Sunday, I'm looking forward to it because I get to pull out this beautiful coat of mine. It's beautiful. It's a starter jacket. I love it. And it actually is with the team I'm rocking with. The Buccaneers. I'm rocking with the Buccaneers to win it. Yes. I can't go against Brady. I really can't. Like, he's the greatest of all time to do it. And they have too many weapons. I know Andy Reid, but Andy Reid will get up to a lead and he will choke it. And he almost did it in week 12. They were up big, and the Buccaneers had a chance to come back, and Brady threw a dumbass pick. He's not doing that this time. I got the Buccaneers winning at 38-34.
38-34. Okay. So we're going opposites on this one. That's actually pretty rare.
It is, but
that's pretty cool.
It's close. I mean, you can't go wrong, to be honest, but it's going to be a close game no matter what.
Yeah. Christopher Swain says, "Hey yo, that's an old school Bucks jacket. It is too. I like it.
Starter has the if you want like a good NFL coat, starters, 100%.
Yeah.
I got a Rams one. I got this Bucks one. I haven't been able to get my hands on the Ravens one because they're always sold out. But
Yeah. I can
Them old
only
school
imagine,
effects are
bro.
nice.
Yeah, man. I think another interesting thing, or a reason why this game is going to be so close, if you look at the playoff averages, the playoff stats for both of these teams, both of them average 30 points a game, like on the dot.
Yeah.
Both of them average 30 a game. I think it's going to come down to the wire, but like I said, man, I've just got the Chiefs. I think their bag is just going to be a little bit deeper. Like I said, you can't, or like you said, can't really bet against Tom Brady. But at the same time, like I said, I don't really have the most trust and faith in Bruce Arians, and I don't really have the most faith in Todd Bowles stopping that Chiefs offense after the display that he put on in Week 12, allowing Tyreek Hill by himself to get almost 300 yards receiving, and for them to just get burned up for the greater part of the game. So yeah,
Not enough trust.
not enough trust.
So speaking of the Super Bowl, you know what like one of the biggest things is with the Super Bowl? The halftime show.
Right.
I'm looking forward to it. Are you?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I like the Weeknd. I like the Weeknd a lot. Been following him for a while now, or listening to his music for a while, and I'm excited to hear like some of the songs that he has. I think he's a really good Super Bowl performer, like pick. I think they made a good decision in getting somebody like him because there's a lot of different people who like the Weeknd.
I'm just hoping there's not a lot of sad songs. I want like the more upbeat, but we'll see
It will be, yeah.
what track list they use.
Yeah.
I do remember one of our first episodes we talked about who our dream Super Bowl performer was because that's when they released who it was. It was the Weeknd. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking forward. He might bring out somebody because the recent ones have brought out somebody too. So we'll see.
Yeah. Fatal Storm Clan says Blinding Lights. Yes, absolutely. That'll probably be the
That's
first
definitely-
song.
Easily.
That'll probably be what he comes out to, honestly. But yeah. Let's see. So we were talking about Scotty Miller earlier. You had brought him up. What did you want to talk
Yeah.
about Scotty Miller about?
So his words were taken out of context. And that's what the sports media does. Basically, what he said is, in a race against anybody in the NFL, he likes himself. I can't get mad at that. But then they flipped it and said, oh, Scotty Miller said he's faster than Tyreek Hill. So I'm kind of looking forward to see them on the same field because we're going to get to see some speed. I know he burned Kevin King. He burned Kevin King 2 weeks ago for that touchdown. And Tyreek Hill can burn anybody. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Going to keep my eye out at number 10, see if he burns anybody.
Yeah. Scotty Miller. I wonder what was his 40 speed. Does anybody have that? Anybody know his Scotty Miller's 40 speed? His time.
If not,
I
we
would
can
be
pull it up.
interested to know. 40 time. A 4.39.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Let's see. Tyreek Hill's 40 time. 4.29. Jesus. Oh my gosh. 4.3. Yeah. See you guys in the chat. Thank you guys. 4.38. 4.3. 4.38. Yeah. But Tyreek Hill's just that much faster. Just that much faster. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Tyreek Hill's a beast.
Speaking of Tyreek Hill, they had the picture for the Chiefs, like all fitted.
Mm-hmm.
And I went in the comments, like, Tyreek Hill really has, like, no neck. I don't know if you can see it. He has no neck. I just had to talk about Tyreek Hill.
Chill on my boy Tyreek Hill, man.
hey, listen, he'll blow
no
right
neck
back.
reek.
Yeah.
Let's see.
How do you feel about the uniform combination? You got red and white, then the white and the pewter pants. I think it's going to be aesthetically pleasing, with the combination.
So Chiefs are going red jerseys, white pants.
Yep.
Classic, yeah. Isn't that what they wore last year?
Yep.
Yeah. And you said the BUCS are going with which ones?
The white jerseys, pewter pants.
Okay, let's see. The white jerseys, pewter pants. Okay. That's classic Brady look, coming out in white. Let's see. Yeah, I think that'll be pretty cool. Cool. Hot Rod Mahomes in red, and just the old, living legend, Tom Brady coming out in the all white. I think it makes a lot of sense. I like that a lot.
I'm looking forward to it. And then it's just the fact that the Bucks aren't wearing their home jerseys in Raymond James Stadium is kind of weird. It's weird, but I guess that's how the rules are in NFL.
I about to say, yeah, I guess you're not allowed. It's technically not a home game, you know,
Yeah.
but like it kind of is.
So I let me check the weather out for Tampa Bay because I saw like there might be some rain, possibly some thunderstorms. Let me just check it out real quick.
Real quick, Asmodeus says, everyone, please subscribe. I want to put up some McChicken super chats. Yeah, man. If you're watching the video, like the video, also subscribe to the channel as well. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. When we do get to 1,000 subscribers, then we will be able to do super chats and everything like that. But in the meantime, we're still vibing out. We're still under 1K, but we're on the road there. We're well on our way. So we appreciate all of you guys for watching, rocking out with us so consistently, week in and week out. Whether you're watching the Monday episode or the Thursday episode or just all of them, we appreciate you guys so much. But if you're new here and you've enjoyed the content thus far, go ahead, subscribe, man. It'll let you know when we're coming out with new videos. And also like the video too. And follow us on Instagram at the Purple Rain Podcast. It's right above me. Right, yeah, if you want to. We're not, trying to force anybody's hand here. But yeah.
Scattered thunderstorms in the morning on Sunday, then partly cloudy late. So not looking like there's gonna be rain, but if there is, that definitely goes towards the advantage of the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
But either way, it's gonna be a good game, like you said. I mean, this is one of the few matchups like you're looking forward to. So
yeah,
it'll be fun.
Austin Mingo says, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate you, Austin. We really do.
Real quick to my guys in here. Austin Mingo is one of my friends. He's a rapper. You know, not rapping, but he does pop R&B rap. Has a new song dropping tonight. Austin, throw your link in here. If you want to check him out, a little bit of a Christian rapper too. Just say what's up to him. Check his music out if you want to. I'm not gonna force it down your throat, but just throw it in there, Austin. I got you.
Absolutely, yeah. Definitely put your stuff in there so everybody else in the chat can take a look at that. We appreciate you for coming through, Austin. Asmodeus also says Purple Rain is using the wrong element because it's fire. I like that.
We had the
like that.
What was the other saying somebody had the other week? Make it rain. R-I-G. Yeah, make it rain.
Oh, yeah, making it rain. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's see what else we have here. Robbie Redifer. Shout out to Robbie. He says Calais Campbell went on a morning show today and said that this might be it for him since it's his last year in Baltimore and it's his last chance to win a Super Bowl. Extra motivation is what we need. How do you feel about that?
It hurts. Calais has been here a year, and like that would hurt if he left us.
Yeah, it would.
Oh, man, maybe that Ray Lewis effect. He's not going to be there next year. Gotta play even harder for him.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't see that. Thank you for telling us that. Wow, I missed that.
Yeah, I heard he went on a radio show earlier, and I saw a couple of guys posted videos about it, but I have to check it out myself. Yeah. Pretty interesting news. I think because what's his contract with us?
It was like 2 years. I mean, because we picked up. So he had 1 year from his Jacksonville contract. Then we tacked on another year. So this is going to be his final year with us. Wow.
Yeah.
We got to re-sign Derek Wolfe too. Speaking of,
Derek Wolfe, he balled out. He did what he needed to do this season for the Ravens. So yeah, definitely big shout out to him. Shout out to Calais Campbell as well. Yeah, man, one last ride. Just like with Ray Lewis, man, one last ride. Let's try to get this one. I know Calais Campbell's not like a Ravens staple or anything like that. But hey, he's the type of guy that we're going to need him even more next year. Losing a Mark Ingram, losing a guy like, kind of like a sideline cheerleader like that. And I don't say the word cheerleader like that, but a hype man, you know what I mean? Calais Campbell, he is kind of similar in that way. He's not quite as like, I guess the word is flamboyant about it, I guess you could say. But he definitely he will go to guys, hype them up, tell them, hey, you did good here. I like watching you play, like he did with Derek Wolfe. So we're definitely gonna need him in that one last ride. You would hope that the defense would rally around him. We have a great defensive year next year. And yeah.
What did he say? He was like physical, yeah. Didn't he say that in The Wire? Yeah. In his deep ass voice, he has to just get that Lombardi next. Has to happen. He's that.
But yeah, So,
Anything else we gotta talk about?
I wanted to ask you about, I don't know if you heard about Brett Favre saying what he said about Deshaun Watson.
I did.
You heard
Oh
about that?
boy.
How do you feel about, for those of you guys who don't know, of course, Deshaun Watson has requested a trade from the Houston Texans, and he's kind of, bartering his way out of Houston by just being vocal that he wants out. And that's his opinion. And Brett Favre, of course, Hall of Fame quarterback, he is on the record saying basically, look, us athletes, we make too much money to have an opinion. That's basically what he was saying. So he was saying that basically Deshaun Watson should keep his mouth closed and just keep playing for the Texans until something maybe happens. Maybe they'll trade you, maybe they don't, but just kind of accept your fate because you're making too much money to kind of complain about it or try to force your way out. So how do you feel about that, Alex? And Rain Gang, I want you guys to also let me know how you guys feel about it as well. How do you feel about Brett Favre saying that?
That it's false. There's reasons why Tom Brady took pay cuts in order to keep winning. It's not always about the money. Ask a guy like Steve Smith how much money he would put back just to be able to win a Super Bowl. Larry Fitzgerald, that was. Yeah, I don't want to say how I truly feel about it, but that was definitely, you can't be saying those type of things because he single-handedly kept that franchise relevant. He's the best thing to happen to him, I guess, since Arian Foster and DeAndre Hopkins. Him and DeAndre Hopkins were like that Foster Andre Johnson duo, and then what Bill O'Brien did to Hopkins, and then what they were this year. Like they were in the playoffs last year, won a game, was up 24-0 against the Super Bowl champions to be, and now look at them. They're just dysfunctional. They're the laughing stock of the league. They're the worst team in the league.
Right.
So I disagree with it 100%.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I agree with that. Peyton Elizabeth, she says, Brett Favre should mind his business. That's my opinion. Shout out to Peyton. We appreciate you for coming through.
He can keep on wearing his Wrangler jeans. Keep on wearing.
Engraven Vids also says, what's up, fellas? Shout out to Engraven. I know he just got done doing a live stream. So after you're done watching this one, make sure you go check the replay of his out as well. And also subscribe to his channel if you have not already. Shout out Engraven Vids. Let's see what else we have in here. Some more opinions. God Baby says, we're also not living in the early 2000s. Brett, exactly. A lot of things have changed. Emmanuel Sapa says, Favre couldn't be more wrong. Robbie Rediford kind of piggybacks off of God Baby. He says, Brett still thinks that the NFL is exactly how it was when he left, but it's changed a whole lot.
Yeah. Isn't this the same dude who retired a couple of times and then sent the picture of his to a, you know what? Let's not go there. He's acting like he's an angel. No. No.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Right. It's just like, what? You're really saying that, like, they don't have an opinion at the end of the day? At the end of the day, this is a job. This is something that you do for a living. And no matter how much money it is that you make, you should still be in control of your own life. You know what I mean? Don't stay somewhere, no matter how much money you're making. Don't stay somewhere where you're miserable. You know?
And he just wants to win. Is that too much to ask? It's not like he's asking for a new contract. He wants to win.
Right.
I mean, Calais Campbell asked for a trade from the Jaguars. They had no issue sending him. Sent Yannick Ngakoue. That was pretty ugly, so why can't you do it with your quarterback? I get man. I mean, if you see how good he is, that's their fault for not building around him or letting go of Bill O'Brien earlier.
Right.
That's just all in the tech. They deserve what's coming though.
Devon Johnson says, Brett Favre is older. I can't fault him for his traditional ideologies. But see, the issue is that with that, Devon, is just like Alex said, he did a lot of things in his career where it was basically just he had his own opinion. He felt his way about it and he wanted to do this. So he did it, So no matter how like old or young he is, I just feel like, you shouldn't be thinking about that way. You shouldn't be thinking about it that way, especially when you're talking about like a young kid, and a Deshaun Watson who I believe Deshaun Watson is how old, like what, 25, 26, probably.
Pretty young. I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, I think he's like 25, 26. But yeah, man, you can't say that about these young guys, man.
25. He'll be 26 when the new year starts. When the new football year starts.
Exactly. So why would you say that about a young kid just coming up, like that? So Let's see what else we have in the chat from you guys. Emmanuel Sapa says his jeans stink.
You don't have to go there. Come on,
Yeah.
Emmanuel.
Let's see. Peyton says the whole shut up and dribble mentality is getting out of hand. This is their career and their livelihood. Who shouldn't have a say about their own career? Exactly. 100% agree there, Peyton.
Like, it's one thing if he's calling out a teammate, like I said, a teammate that, he's kind of like pushing the blame on somebody else, kind of like what Ben Roethlisberger would do. He would go on his radio show and say, "Oh, well, he should have caught this." He's not saying that. He just wants to win. That's all it is.
Right.
It's not like he's hurting the team.
Yeah. So, and K-Dog says, in Houston with David Culley, yeah, that's way too much to ask for. Absolutely, man. They just hired David Culley as their head coach. Not offensive coordinator, not
Nope.
assistant head coach, not passing offense.
Nope.
Head coach. Head coach.
What did they hire him as again? Say it one more time.
Head coach.
And you're telling me that they had Leslie Frazier, Jim Caldwell, hell, even had the chance of Eric Bieniemy. You know what? I'm glad. Real quick, I'm gonna get a little heated again. Why in the hell have the Chiefs not lost a coach yet? The Ravens keep losing. We lost Zach Orr, a former player who's 27, I believe, 28, as a linebackers coach of the Jaguars. We got knocked out in the second round. We haven't been to the Super Bowl in 8 years.
Yep.
We haven't been to the AFC Championship in 8 years.
No.
Why? And the NFL can only look at themselves when they are sick of having the same team in there year in and year out because nothing gets done. So leave it at that.
Nothing gets done. So, with all that being said, he definitely does have every right in the world to want out of there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, K-Dog says it again. Bieniemy, really? Cully over Bieniemy? Wow, just wow. Which leads me to believe, and I think I said this on the last episode, maybe somebody within that Chiefs organization in that front office is telling Bieniemy, or is in his ear, like, hey man, listen. I know these other teams are going to be hitting you up, trying to be a head coach, get you a head coach and whatnot. But listen, man, we got a good thing going here. We're winning. We're in the Super Bowl for the second time in a row. It would be 3 times in a row if it weren't for an offside call. Exactly. So, hey, man, if you want to stay, we could probably pay a little bit more under the table. I don't know. I'm just saying, Alex, I don't know.
Hey, you want that offensive player in the draft?
Yeah.
Say less. He's yours.
We got him.
You want him in free agency? Oh, we'll find a way to just get through the salary cap and he'll be yours.
Yeah. And I think that, like, after Sunday, you're going to see, and I talked about it about 25 minutes ago. I said that the bag of Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy, in accordance with Patrick Mahomes, is going to be a very deep bag. And what that means is they got a lot of tricks up their sleeve, And I feel like you're going to see some of those tricks this week. And Eric Bieniemy, he's going to be drawing up and calling some very special plays. And that's going to kind of be his claim to fame. After that, I feel like a lot of teams are going to be calling them after Sunday, especially if the Chiefs win. And they win because of one of those, crazy play designs and stuff like that, kind of like the Wasp from last year.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see a couple more of those. And once we do, teams are gonna be on the phone. And it's gonna be even more suspicious if he doesn't get hired.
There's no head coaching jobs available right now. He's there next year. Again.
Everybody got somebody?
Yep. Every team has that unless somebody, fires somebody. I don't But yeah, he is gonna be there next year.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what went down. It was him and Robert Salah. That was 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And Salah went to the Jets, and Bieniemy stayed with the Chiefs. I don't know. I'm still bamboozled by it. I really am.
Yeah, me too, honestly. Some people are saying maybe he just does not interview well, and that was why. But
coming from David Culley, who would, when we were down, he's like, "Let's just go play football." That's what you say to guys when you're down, just lose. Let's just go play football. I don't know. I can't believe that.
Real quick, Guys, we're going to go ahead and get into our questions segment of the night. So go ahead and put your questions, your comments, concerns. It can be questions about football. It can be questions about Ravens football. It can be questions about sports. It can be questions that are not about sports, about anything. Just put them in the chat. We're going to answer them. If you're watching this live stream after it's live, so you're watching the not live stream, the post stream, the replay stream. The replay stream. There it is. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and throw it in the comments section, whatever your questions are. We're going to get to it in the next episode. Real quick here, we see Engraven says, we need the Purple Rain merch. It's Engraven. It soon comes. Soon come. I'm going to be sending my guy Alex some designs in the next couple of days. And yeah, we're going to get that. We're going to get that sorted out. So definitely be on the lookout for that as well. Let's see.
Are there headbands? I love my headbands.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get the headbands. Real quick, Robbie Redifer says that the higher ups are power hungry in Houston. They know they can control an older coach like David Culley. It's toxic in Houston. It makes you think they had a bigger hand in the Hopkins trade than we thought. Yeah, great point, Robbie.
I think that's one of the best points I've heard about the whole Houston Texans thing. Because did you watch the live stream when they were introducing David Culley by any chance?
I did not.
Okay. They were just spamming fire. It wasn't McNair. It was the VP or something who has like a big hand in, the picking because they have a new GM. But they were just spamming fire him. I looked him up and they are not happy with him. So he is right. Definitely the higher ups. And I'm still going to put a lot of blame on Bill O'Brien because he definitely deserves some. But there's definitely more to that. I'm not going to say more to that. The issues there. There's many issues in Houston right now. So,
yeah, absolutely. That's a great point, Robbie. Cam Neal says, finally got in. What it do, Purple Rain gang? What's up, Cam?
How are you?
How you doing, man?
How you doing?
Yeah, let us know. Let's see. KLA Sports says, Rain gang sticks together. Absolutely. We do. Absolutely. Let's see what questions we have over here. Engraven says, when are we getting some Purple Rain merch? So I would say give it about 2 weeks. We'll get back to you on that. Give about 2 weeks.
Wow.
We might just drop something out of nowhere. You never know. You could start watching this one day and we'll be wearing some Purple Rain merch and then we'll tell you where you can go and grab it.
See, I don't even have Simple AS10 merch. Wow.
We got to get that going too, bro. Definitely got to get that going. Devon Johnson says, let's go. Rain merch. Let's go. B&M Production says, will Joel Embiid win MVP? If you guys noticed, I talked about it earlier. I'm wearing a Sixers jersey because I am a Philadelphia 76ers fan. I have been since I was a little boy. Joel Embiid is our center. He's been balling out of control. He's been balling out of control this season. I hope he wins MVP right now. I think he's like 1 or 2 in the MVP race right now. But if he can stay healthy, I definitely think he can win MVP. B&M Productions. I definitely do. So let's see. Engraven giving you a little bit of flack here. Patrick. Alex, don't play about them headbands. Yeah,
it's I got it cut off.
He got the cut now. He's no longer my home.
It'll be back. Don't worry. It'll be back.
Yeah.
I'm wearing the BUCS too. So, but you're right. I don't play about. They're just perfect. Just throw it on. Have a bed hair day. There we go.
Let's see. What else do we have here? J Prime 235. He says, if the Ravens don't at least go to the AFC Championship this season, will Harbaugh lose his job? I think this is a great question because if we don't get to the AFC Championship season or next season, that means that we would not have taken a step up from last season at all. Yes. So we took a step up from last season because we didn't win a playoff game last season. This season, we actually won a playoff game. So next season, we have to get over that divisional round hump. That's going to be the next, kind of task. So if we can't get to the AFC Championship game, I think that I don't know if Harbaugh is necessarily going to lose his job, but he's going to have a pretty big magnifying glass, looking down on him. But what do you think, Alex?
100%. The Ravens, we always want to do better. We want to keep moving forward to get to our end goal. And I think that's a valid point. I mean, you need to see that progression. And we saw this year. That's why I'm not really mad that we lost the Bills. Kind of just the way we did, but neither here nor there. I think that's a great question. You would definitely have to think that kind of like the 2018 year, we were 4-5. Harbaugh
Yeah.
was on the hot seat apparently, but I really can't take anything Jason Lockenforth says seriously. That's my like shot of the day towards somebody because he said he was like about to get fired and that never happened. So I really but yeah, definitely would have a magnifying glass on. That's a really good analogy to use. Magnifying glass.
Let's see. What else do we have here? Sis says, should the Ravens trade Chuck Clark, bump down Deshaun Elliott to strong safety, and take advantage of the stacked safety class in the draft?
I'm not against getting a safety, but just Chuck Clark wears a green dot. Who would who would wear it? That's my biggest thing.
Ooh, that's a good question. If Chuck Clark were to leave, who gets that green dot on their helmet? Rain Gang, let us know. Let us know. Because as you guys know, the green dot means that you have the radio from the sideline in your helmet so you can kind of hear the plays and stuff like that as they're coming from the sideline. But who would get that if we traded away Chuck Clark? What do you guys think? And I'll come back to the questions before that too.
It couldn't be Queen because Queen is too young. It's just too much on him.
Yeah, and Queen hasn't really showed the instincts and the smarts all the way just yet for him to So
to warrant that. Yeah.
Let's see. Who would get that? What do you guys think? Let's see. Queen or Hump? KLA Sports says.
Humphrey is vocal. He is vocal.
I
just don't like corner.
Corner, yeah. You're not really at the center of the defense.
Especially, if it's no huddle. Unless you can have. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Cam Neal says Queen ain't ready.
Yeah.
Tyler says Hump. Robbie Rutherford says LJ. I don't know how much longer LJ is going to be with us, but LJ is a very smart, instinctive player, so I wouldn't be mad at that. God Baby says Hump. Devon Johnson says Marlon. Cam Neal says Hump or Jimmy. Devon says LJ if he signed back. And Graven also says LJ along with Christopher Swain as well. So LJ is definitely, like I said, I think LJ is definitely a good pick there for sure. Let's see what else.
I hope we keep Chuck Clark though. I think he's one of the guys you won't realize how important he is to the team until he's gone.
Yeah. Let's see. Peyton Elizabeth. Elizabeth. Peyton. She says, completely random question and not trying to make the mode heavy, but did you guys see that video of the shooting in Philly over the snow? It was all over Twitter. If you did, what did you think about that? I actually did not get to see that video.
I usually, hold up.
The shooting in Philly. Well, yeah. Are you looking it up now?
Yeah, oh wow, let me see.
The video of the Philly.
Oh, Philly snow video.
Of course, any shootings, like, was anybody killed or I don't know kind of what the situation was with that.
Yeah, I don't see it on Twitter. I mean, if you could send it to me, I don't. Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah, send it to us on Twitter if you get the chance, Peyton. Maybe we'll talk about that maybe next episode or maybe at the end.
Okay.
I didn't see anything.
I'm seeing people saying like it's really brutal and haunting. It's wild.
Oh, no.
Do not watch it.
Oh no.
Yeah, I didn't need to see that video of the couple getting shot over snow.
Oh,
bro,
no.
like what has to go wrong for you to kill somebody over snow?
I don't know what was going on there, but definitely sad, that's for sure. I don't, of course, any sort of killing or like murder, anything like that, shootings, just you hate to see it. But yeah, just prayers goes out to families involved, friends involved, people involved.
Oh, I just saw it. You want me to send it to you?
Yeah, you can send it to me. But I probably won't watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't put it on the screen.
Yeah, I probably won't watch it right now, but that's horrible news. Hate to hear that, and like I said, just thoughts and prayers are just with family of those afflicted by that situation. Let's see what else we have here. Engraven Vids. He says, "What are you guys gonna do for 1,000 subs?" Man, I don't know.
Wait,
I don't know yet.
I almost cried at my 1,000 subs. I'm not gonna lie. Simply, I almost. I came close. 10,000 too. But for 1,000,
it's huge.
Depending when, the meetup has to happen soon. It's gotta happen.
We should do that. 1,000 subs, you'll get both of us in person. That'd be dope. So yeah, I mean, like I said, we're on the road to 1,000 subs. So if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Also hit that like button too. We'd appreciate that. Let's see what else we have here before we wrap up for the night. Let's see.
I have a question after, if nobody else does.
Any other questions? I don't think I have any more in here.
Okay.
Isn't that? I actually have. Well, no, we do have some more questions in here. I see our guy John James. John James says, "Do you think that Miles Boykin will get better and become the Anquan Bolden type player?"
Ooh.
I mean, I was on the Miles Boykin train heavy before his rookie season. I was like, listen, man, the frame is there. We got a big guy. He can run. He's fast. But he just hasn't really showed, and he had some good plays this past season and stuff like that, but he hasn't really showed that dog that Anquan Bolden really had. So that's just not something that you can teach. You can't really teach that. So I don't necessarily, with that being said, I don't necessarily see him being the next Anquan Bolden. I feel like he can be a solid receiver for us, but I don't see him being the next Anquan Bolden. What do you think, though?
I can't. But some good news. Hayden Hurst won the NFLPA's Alan Page Community Service Award. So shout out to Hayden Hurst. Deserves it.
Yeah, shout out to Hayden Hurst, man. Definitely. Let's see. Emmanuel Sapa says, opportunities hurt Boykin. Let's see. Facts of it. I like the video for seeing. And Graven says, y'all come down to Miami for 1,000 subs. We'll celebrate with masks. Oh, yeah, we can do that.
I'm with it.
I was down in Miami a couple years ago with my friends, just on vacation. Super fun. I love Miami. Yeah, Miami's cool.
I've never been. I've been to Orlando. A few other places. Never been to Miami. Never been.
Yeah. Super warm down there all the time. I think right now it's kind of cold. At least it's cold in Miami standards. I've heard. I heard it's like getting around like 48 degrees, and that's like freezing to Floridians, but. Up here in Maryland, 48 degrees is actually a pretty good day. Pretty decent day.
If we going down, I have to get my Tyler Harrow jersey. Shit.
Yeah, we'll do that. Maxwell Jones says, do y'all think Corey Davis might help us out? Corey Davis is, Alex is a big Corey Davis guy.
Well, we were trying to show his highlights last week on the stream, but got taken down. We got booted off for like a minute. So
yeah. It's all good.
We can't show, but I mean, I think he would help us out. I think he wouldn't be that expensive, but we both agree that Allen Robinson will kind of just be like, okay, we're the real deal. But
you would think so. Let's see. Darius Simmons says, do you think Lamar will trust other wide receivers this season? Ooh.
If he does, can we just pray it's number 13 or number 11?
Yeah.
Duvernay or Prochet, please. Or maybe number 12, Allen Robinson.
Maybe. I think the Allen Robinson thing is definitely likely to happen, I feel like, because you saw, I don't know if you guys follow Ravens Twitter, but you saw EDC saying like how much he loves making trades and how they're fun and he likes to be aggressive and stuff like that. So I feel like, and you got to think, like, he's bought in a lot of guys since he's been with us, like Yannick Ngakoue, Mark Ingram, Marcus Peters, like, he's brought in a lot of guys, like, and so I see him making a big splash again. So I definitely see that Allen Robinson thing kind of likely to happen, or either Corey Davis, one of the two.
Low risk, high reward.
Kenny Galladay, yeah. So, but yeah, Tyler Sugart, he says, with Cully leaving, do y'all think Hollywood's about to get 1K yards? I think we talked about this last episode on our Hollywood projections. What did we say? I think I said
we wanted 60 receptions, 60 plus, 800 plus yards, and 10 plus touchdowns. That's fair to say.
Yeah, I think I said 11 touchdowns, like maybe 800, 900 yards receiving, something like that. So, yeah. Kayla Sports says, if you guys want purple rain shirts, I have a heat press and business. Okay. Maybe we might be hitting you up, KLA.
For sure.
Let's see. What else do we have in here? If nothing else, let's see. We have one from Hemo4. Says, do you think the Ravens will pick up someone from free agency, trade Orlando Brown for a receiver, or draft one? You think Ravens will pick up somebody from free agency? That, yes. We'll definitely pick up somebody from free agency, whether it be whatever position.
Yeah.
Now, trading Orlando Brown for a receiver or drafting one, that's the one that's a little bit more tricky, a little bit more far-fetched, but I could definitely see it happening. What about you, though?
I can't see us trading Orlando Brown for one. Maybe if we do get a pick, we could use that pick 1-1. I just can't see a straight swap deal for Orlando Brown.
I got you.
Because if a team that's trading for him will want to build their offense and have him just slot in as a left tackle, you don't want to give away a receiver of high quality for him.
Yeah. Let's see, another one. Tanja Bowman says, hey guys, what's up? What's up, Tanja? Appreciate you for coming through. We're actually about to wrap up soon, but go ahead and watch that replay. You know what I mean? We talked about some good stuff tonight. Let's see. Tyler also says, y'all think Lamar is going to have a say-so on which wide receiver to get in free agency? I feel like DaCosta will have a conversation with Lamar.
Run it by him.
Yeah, they'll run it by him. Yeah. So, they'll do that. Let's see. I think that might be about it for tonight. I think that's going to do it for tonight, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming through and watching episode 23 of the Purple Rain podcast. Yeah, we appreciate you guys. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well if you have not already. Helps us out a ton. I think we're at about 640 subscribers right now, so we're on the road to 1,000. So if you guys can help us out and you enjoy the content, please subscribe to the channel because we're trying to hit that 1,000 subscribers and keep moving on from there. But yeah, appreciate you guys for coming through again tonight. Any last words, Alex?
In the wise words of Stephen A. Smith, what do you think? For sure. Thank you to everybody wishing me a happy birthday. Cannot thank you guys enough. Probably got the most love yesterday like I've ever gotten. So from Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, everything. Thank you so much from everybody.
Yes. All love.
But I think that is it. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Enjoy. Yes. This is your last football game, meaningful game for months. And then we got free agency and then the draft. But just enjoy it. Take it in and just enjoy it. Could be seeing somebody. This could be Brady's final game if he wins. I know he said that, but come on. It's Brady. If he wins, he can go out as a champion. So just enjoy it. Thank you. But real quick, I know I picked the BUCS to win 38-34. And you picked
I picked the Chiefs to win 31-27.
So Monday will be fun no matter what.
Yeah.
But that's all we got for you. And as always, stay positive, test negative.
And we're going to catch you guys in the next one.